I'm gonna have to change that later, but that's a lot. There was a lot I had to do, so I apologize for being later. This should have been like an hour earlier. But one, it is hard as hell to actually find Buildify, like actual like scans of the episode that aren't like from shady sites or because the only way you can really like I can only get it is in like me just like going and like uh finding it on like some other website is like YouTube, and like YouTube for some reason like no one's really put the episode on YouTube like that.
I mean, the print screen button works well.
Yeah, no, it does work except for the fact that Verb has a has an actual like defense against it. Like you literally
You're,
like
you're kidding.
yeah, no, I'm not. That's why I had such a hard time getting the ones from last week. I mean last time as well.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, they have like a non spoiler thing whenever it comes to the print screen for some reason, or rather like the whatever I use Sharex. Like
Uh,
Sharex and Verb just don't work.
oh man, don't tell the NFT bros about this.
Yeah, so
Can't let them figure out this technology exists.
and then also I did a nice thing. First off, I think I found a pretty nice. I changed. I had to do like a bunch of like editing. Well, first I went to locals, and then I went to. First I went to locals. I also had to drive my car for like 80 miles to get my sensors back working because when we had to change like the freaking uh some of the power steering like lines in it. My mechanic had to take off the sensor, and it's almost time for the usual checking to see if the car is actually safe to drive on the road. So conveniently, I have to now drive 80. So I had to like go to locals, drive willy nilly for about a good 3 hours. we didn't
Oh
even
wow.
yeah we didn't even fire a tournament by the way because there were only like 5 people, and it's just like
Ooh.
it
Well,
was
that's
5 people and
unfortunate.
yeah, so we couldn't even do a tournament there, but that's fine. I'm cool with it. I got to play a couple games with the my previously unfinished Filthy Rosa. I say previously because literally when I get back and check the mail, the last card I need is actually like in my is actually in the it's actually in the mail. So now I've actually
That's
got it done.
convenient.
Yeah, conveniently bad because I also got clapped because I was since we didn't fire a tournament. Me and a person locals were like, okay, can you help me at least test the greed on? And I was like, okay, fine, that's cool. And I got clapped 2-0 because he sacked like a mother. Just straight up. I give him an. I didn't. First of all, I didn't see any like PGs in my hand for a good ever. No PGs, so I can't really like. I have the hard guard greed on, and then when I hard guard, I was like, okay, over trigger the pass. Uh, crit OT. That was game one. That's how game one ended. Game two, it's like game two. I had a much like better game, and then game two had a much better game until I go for a Felty Rosa turn on Persona Ride. Persona Ride, Felty Rose. I'm like, okay, I got him. Swing, first attack, defensive over trigger.
Don't you love Vanguard?
Oh, I feel so bad because I'm pretty sure anyone in the building could just radiate the actual salt just coming off my body, just emanating, just like really. So I lost my entire turn of doing nothing, and then he kills me because I have the two to pass draw heal crit. And I'm like, are you
Yay.
serious? Yeah, and I had to guard like 5 cards just to make sure I actually did it, and he still broke through it.
Just Vanguard things.
Yeah, just Vanguard things. Speaking of Vanguard things, thank y'all for coming today. this is this is episode 8 somehow of this is episode 8 of this kind of podcast live stream thing we do. Well, I say we, it was mostly me for like a good like 5 episodes. Then I rambled in Zeno.
You just help me on the side of the road. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I found this decrepit robot on the side of the road. He needs something to do.
Pretty much.
Alright. So, you know.
I was playing some Vermintide earlier today. That was fun. You know,
What is
Vermintide?
that? I've never heard of that.
It's a Warhammer game. That plays pretty much like Left 4 Dead. But a lot more RPG elements.
Ah.
Only just killing rats and the armies of chaos instead of zombies.
I see.
Pretty fun.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, just I wish I had a little better day, but nah, that's all right. So, you know,
Could be worse.
I will say definitely like I do want to. If there's anything I want to do, I definitely do want to have like another fighting game stream probably like next week. We're just like, oh, just have all of us in the lobby and just chilling. No, you can't. You don't really. You're the weird outlier because you don't have Melty Blood. Out of every one of us.
I don't have a lot of games.
Like you should have been on Super Robot Wars day 1.
I should have.
But we ain't. But if anything's go by, we both don't have Super Robot Wars money.
Yep. I gotta say one thing, I've been pretty good at dodging spoilers left and right.
We gotta. We trying to eat money. That's all we got. That's $10.
We're about to family share Super Robot Wars 30 at this point.
Yeah. One day we'll start like a Patreon, just like, hey, just give us $1. It's like you'll get nothing, but we'll just give us $1. We need help.
We can figure something out to give them.
Please spare change. Spare change, ma'am. I think that old Squidward meme.
Contribute to our Patreon get exclusive access to the Zechs and Robo Discord server where you can challenge us in any online card game of your choosing.
Please don't. No.
No,
Gonna...
we gotta do it.
We'll talk about that. Anyway, so we got a good show. Man, I keep hearing I keep hearing this freaking echo in my head every time because I'm just trying to monitor all the sounds, so I'm constantly hearing myself, and it feels so weird. I'm getting used to my voice now. I still hate it, but I'm getting used to it. All right, so
everyone gets used to it eventually.
But yeah, I officially have like a small logo. It's not much, but it's something for the actual stream. It's actually switched back now. Oh, nice scene to come back to. So we got kind of like 3 things today. We kind of like a little like a ramble, but we got like 3 actual things today. First off is first off, I think kind of like, is there any like thing you want to add before we talk about the Yugioh news?
I haven't followed much Yu-Gi-Oh news. Any actually. What's going on in Yu-Gi-Oh?
Well, events are coming back. First off.
Oh.
Yeah. Starting, I forgot to actually pull. I was so busy doing all the other stuff, I forgot to actually pull it up.
you know that this stream is authentically unprepared every single day.
Yep. Yeah, I think it should be 2022. That's not what I'm looking for. Here we go. Let me switch to. Dang. Here we go. It should be right here. Let's actually move that real quick. I forget it's on. It's actually on the one thing. Y'all didn't see nothing. Y'all on the audio version didn't see anything. But I would just say go. If you're a fan of Danganronpa, like that's a good artist. That's all I can say. So this is from.
This is why you never open up your web browser on stream.
To be fair, it's been so long since I actually had to open my browser that I so browser I forgot it's actually like a display capture, not like actual like an actual like other capture. So that's on me.
You could run it through game capture.
I could also just done studio first and taken care of that before anything else.
That too, actually, yeah.
Yeah, so let it be known that this is a bad podcast.
See, come for the card game, save for the streaming advice. That's our motto.
Yes, learn how to not stream.
Yes.
Lego Ninjago Garmadon series. Okay, well that's something I will look at that at a later date.
Ninjago's still a thing. What? Huh?
Yeah, Ninjago's still a thing. Okay, so anyway.
No.
Yeah, Ninjago's still a thing. I'm a fan of Ninjago, but I'm just kind of like,
I'm so confused. It's like still on TV as well. What?
I have no idea. I have not seen TB in a minute. Shoot, outside of like our
like 3 years ago.
Outside like our discords that we're in, I have our discords and like some anime in the anime we've watched. No connection to like any like TV or anything. That's just me. That's just straight up me. I have not watched anything that's out. Not League of Legends, the League Worlds, Build Divide, Vanguard, or I don't know something.
I mean, I watch a ton of anime right now, but none of it's popular. So don't come over here with your Kimetsu no Yaibas and your My Hero. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, Boomer Zeno. Which is also why I don't have the High Guardian Spice review for all y'all.
I've seen some things.
I've seen it too. I was really like, man, you know what? I'm gonna watch High Guardian. I'm gonna watch a couple of High Guardian Spice before the podcast. Then I decided, you know what? Nah, let me fix some things, and I never got time, so I had to hard watch Build a Bite episode 4 before the podcast even started. So another reason why I was late. Fixing the stream where we're late, which is still not done. Which is still probably like going to be close to done before next time. And then yeah.
I'm just having like 5 shows that aired today.
Yeah, I still have not watched 86 or I'm still like missing up on shows from last year. That's how like behind I am, and there's no way I'm gonna be.
The new 86 episode was actually unreal today.
Well, thanks for telling me.
I'm just saying, it's that good.
I mean, I'll watch it when I get to
you
it.
Should.
There's like 10,000 shows I'm still like trying to catch up on or attempting to, but.
I think I'm on like double digits for shows I'm watching this season.
Yeah.
Between like anime and Toku stuff.
Yeah. Which also reminds me, this is a card game podcast. So back to what we were trying to talk about. We're finally getting.
No, card games. You're gonna
tangents.
cast the super beats for video games?
Weird, weird. You see, that requires both of us to actually have personalities.
Hey.
Listen,
Hey,
you're no Pat and I'm no Wooly.
you're damn alright. I
Exactly.
concede.
Exactly.
I will concede.
So, first off, Konami has announced in 2022 we're getting more events. We're actually getting a YCS in Pasadena on from January 15th to 16th. And from what I understand, I wish I knew what the thing was, but I believe it is actually like you have to have to enter. You have to have proof of vaccination.
Get vaccinated, people. I shouldn't have to say this. Just do it.
Yeah, I've. All I say is High Republic Bake Off. Okay,
What?
I'm looking at the I'm looking at the actual like side articles because this is like a really small one, but it's sort of just like, what are you talking about? Star Wars: The High Republic Bake Off. What is going on? What is going on in that series?
Welcome to our side articles podcast, folks.
Yeah. Yeah, so we got that. If you want to know about Bake Offs, go to icb2.com. We are not sponsored.
We never will be.
Hey, don't say that. Last episode got at least like 11 views.
Dang, alright.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting up there. Soon we'll have enough views, more views than Summoning Insight.
Yeah.
That's a lie. Again, you're no Thorin, I'm no Monty.
Look, our goal should be to become the best viewed card game channel in this. Never mind.
It's like, what are you talking about? If we're talking about like just individual channels, ain't no way. Like first off, I don't think we can even beat. We can't. I don't think we can even beat Solemn. What you mean?
Look, we can't even beat Ivo Academy. That's sad.
To be fair, we just really. It's only like your third day on the job, so we haven't really done these like actually like real, and we have worse quality than he does.
Dan, I don't normally do card game content.
That too, you're a robot that streams video games.
I'll be all over Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duels though, for like a month at least.
Until you realize, oh wait, I don't have money to pull cards.
Oh, screw that, I'm super free to play in games. Trust me. You're like a free to play king here.
What do you mean card games? Card games are a game where you use trading cards. That's what they are.
Sometimes.
Listen, they aren't. Hey, so long as they're actual cards and not blockchains to burn the rainforest, I'm cool with it. Yeah, that's right, MetaZoo. You ain't a real card game.
And I'm so mad about NFTs. I almost tried to ruin Metabots. Still mad about that.
What are you talking about? Ruined Metabots?
Yeah, like some NFT bros tried to launch some fake scheme that claimed ownership of Metabots or something, and decided to use their efforts towards NFTs. Huge mess. It's like a huge ongoing legal battle.
I can't even.
Metabots is cursed.
It is, I guess. I don't know anymore. People just want to secure the bag any way possible.
That's true.
Even if it means destroying everything we almost love and do. That's cool.
Yeah, well,
So
this one franchise is always going to be safe.
what franchise?
I'm not naming the franchise. I'm not going to name it.
Wow.
Because if I name it, someone's going to ruin it.
Wow, you just gonna blue balls all? Okay.
Yeah. What do you want me to do? Put in the public conscience what franchise has been ruined? And then Disney's going to take it over.
You
And then
realize
ruin it.
you realize in order for that to even be worth something, we have to be actually popular people. We have to actually have this podcast be watched by people, okay?
Look, you don't understand how the collective conscience works, alright?
Hey, I play Persona 5.
I can play Persona 5 at some point. Damn.
Matt,
Point
get
being,
that joke.
Don't put ideas out there or think about it, or something's gonna affect it. Alright? Gotta be careful here. Gotta be real careful.
Yeah. Okay. So, if we can actually transfer back to...
Why do you want to discuss card games right now?
Throw this podcast away, y'all. If y'all made it by this point, I want y'all to give this a like or a dislike. Just tell us how trash we are. That's all I can say.
Card games here.
We serve cards here, sir. This is just terrible. Okay, so back to the YCS. We're finally getting an actual in-person event for a card game that isn't 2000 Flesh and Blood players on Copium. People are gonna hate me for that. I'm sorry, but
it's going to be bigger than Magic the Gathering 2022. Trust us.
Like, I really want to. Okay, I'm not gonna front. I really want to like Flesh and Blood, but sometimes I just hear stuff about that game. Just like, I'm good. I'm already dealing with the Vanguard community. I'm dealing with Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. Like, about speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh, freaking there was the person who actually like, and the thing is like mastered the maximum like gold Eldorado set. Someone leaked the actual images on a. Hold on, can I actually find the image? Where is it? Someone leaked the actual. I'm probably gonna like. I might cut this section out of the actual video if this is real. Okay, so people. So first off, this is why I'm kind of concerned about doing, because someone leaked the actual maximum gold Eldorado set coming up, and then all the Yu-Gi-Oh content creators, you know how they usually do, like, well, let's like look at all these supposed leaks, kind of talk about it if they're true or not, and what's going on. Like MCO 40, House of Champs, they, you know, everybody looked it up, and that dude proceeds to probably like copyright strike just about everybody who did it, trying to hide his greedy ass. It's like instead of just being like, hey, can you like take that down or something? Like at least just be like talk to people, right? That's what.
No. That's too logical. We got a Fort Knox and stuff here. All right.
Fort Knox, it was on Zodiac Duelist. Like that's the biggest like thing, right? Okay, so then
we got Fort Knox afterwards.
Yeah, then don't show it. Like the biggest, the galaxy brain idea is, how about you just don't show it? If you got it and you do it, don't show it until it's actually time to release the dang video.
No, Key. You don't understand media clout, all right? This is why we're small. You don't understand media clout.
Yeah, you're right. I don't, because sometimes it's just like, Jesus, why y'all stupid? Like, all right. So I'm pretty much risking everything for my channel onwards. So then this kind of leak happened. I'm like, this has got to be fake, because ain't no way, bro.
We're kind of inside the vibe, just in case. Don't worry about it, folks.
Yeah, if I get hit with a claim, I'm gonna dispute it and then just probably just, if not, cut this thing, if it's true, cause it can't be true. There's just no way, boy. Cause just
Even this
everything about
conversation about cutting the bot isn't going to be in the video.
it. so, so one of the things about the Megatims I pointed out originally was they did not get a reprint of access code talker in them, which is now a like $100 something card. Just straight up a lot of money in this card. So Maximum Dorado leaked, and I have a feeling this is completely wrong because I just see the edit. But if it is true, I'm smacking whoever at Konami America thought this was a good idea. Because this is supposedly the reprint for Access Code Talker in an alternate artwork.
Alright. Now, we've been here before, Zechs, if you don't remember. Remember when Chrono Jet Dragon V series leaked in the anime first?
Shut up.
I remember the first thing we did was look for every single piece of fan art and art of the card it could possibly be.
Oh, I remember.
And we came up completely dry.
Because I was upset because I'm like, oh man, we actually getting a Chrono Fang first. That's so cool. Yeah, Gears are back on the menu, baby. And then we get a week off, and someone leaks the episode, and we see Chrono Jet, and I'm.
Look, your Chrono Fang cucks deserve it anyway. Point being,
You were lucky you're in a different city right now.
Yeah. Why haven't we just checked for every single piece of access code fan art?
Who made fan art with access code?
Think this is probably real.
There's probably more fan art of Yusaku and I doing the nasty than there is for access code.
Oh yeah, 200%. Yeah, totally.
There's probably more fan art of a female Yugioh getting a dub than there is of access code.
Oh, totally. Point being, if we can't find this art of access code talk,
well,
the odds of it being real are way higher.
Quote unquote. Okay, let me rephrase that. There's more less non-lewd art of a female Yugioh character than there is of access code even existing.
Doubt that actually. Anyway.
Okay, but yeah, no, I saw that, I'm just like, oh Jesus, if that's, I mean, it looks fake. Like, you could just easily tell from Masquerena that's like, yeah, no, this looks fake as hell. Because first off, the lines here just really are like really like hard as opposed to Masquerena. And then you can see like down here, like almost like right here where it says destroy one card your opponent controls, it looks like straight up like someone like edited that in there real quick.
I mean, it probably did.
Also, there's like some
worse
weird.
Worse.
Also, there's some weird like triangle down here next to the attack, which is like, I'm saying,
Oh, yeah,
I'll say this: if this is actually real, fire the printer, because this is actually like booty of what you did.
I mean, there's been some Magic the Gathering bad prints that this is believable.
Like,
from what I've seen in other card games.
It's like also like, yeah, I just can't believe it. So, back to the topic of the actual YCS. Now that pretty much like one of the big three has like fully committed to coming back to offline events, what do you think is gonna happen to the rest of the field? Like, what do you think all the other like TCGs are gonna start doing? They're gonna start trying to come back as well, hardcore, or because you still haven't had Pokemon Worlds yet.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Pokemon comes back. Same for Magic. Magic's interesting. Since most of their like pro stuff is already done through MTG Arena, they just say fuck it and just keep themselves online only almost entirely at this point.
I mean, they pretty much got rid of the pro circuit, didn't they? So
That is true.
there is no reason to come back as opposed to Pokemon where y'all still haven't had an actual Worlds yet, and you know, and eventually y'all have to also make up for this world. So,
Right.
it's like,
Pokemon's definitely coming back.
yeah, I see Pokemon coming back. I feel like any like card game that doesn't have a simulator has no choice but to come back. Like I know Flesh and
Yeah.
Blood's been doing events, to the questionable, but they have been doing it. And then
I mean, Gate Rule hasn't even had a chance to get its competitive scene started because of COVID.
yeah, Gate Ruler and Build Divide probably have anything. And then I don't know what's gonna happen when we cross over here. That's also another thing.
And the perfect monkey's paw with Wheatcross coming that I just love bringing up? It's the same people in charge of English Gate Ruler. Wheatcross players are kind of getting screwed here, I'm gonna be honest.
So what you're telling me is there's about to be 2 dead card games soon.
Yeah, soon. Yep.
Alright. And eventually Digimon might come back as well, though, considering depending on what they do with that supposed online simulator, it might be something.
Man, that Digimon sim is gonna, if it's actually real, it's gonna kill a lot of games in the crossfire.
It kind of
Smaller games.
Yeah, a lot of smaller games just aren't gonna compete if. Which is also kind of which I think was kind of like a big question of why the heck does it until. It's like sometimes. So I guess I got a question. Why the heck has it taken so long for like other games to like not to have an actual simulator? Like it is 2021 and Vanguard still hasn't had a simulator.
It's a weird dynamic to explain, actually.
Like, I mean, I know the whole dynamic is basically because they're still burnt over the fact that the Lightworks said "F you." We got
Right.
we could just like put Sakura in like a 2-piece bikini and call it and like sell her for like 1 billion yen, and whoops, we got so much money for fake Grand Order. We
There's another thing though.
We just
I guess,
we just
especially for Bushy Road.
Mm-hmm.
Carsour still have them by the balls. Let's be honest. They have a Vulcan Dutch grip on Bushy Road.
Oh yeah, that's completely true. I definitely want to like. I definitely like have. I have so many like video ideas in the pipeline. I have a V series like complete retrospective. I've got idea of what happened at the end of V. A bunch of stuff ideas I want to do, but it's so hard because I'm a procrastinator. So it's hard for me to like actually put pen or in my case mechanical pencil to paper and just write it down or something. Write it down and get it done and taken care of because it's like there's so much in my brain I can't write it down fast enough to wade through it. But like definitely like that last year of V like screwed everything.
Right. And like even before then, at least Western expansion wise, Bushy does not have the box story infrastructure other card games with simulators have. So they're under way more risk of actually having their profits decline potentially from an online simulator, risk management wise.
Yeah, I guess because well, I mean they could always change how the simulators like value is, right? They changed Zero.
I mean, right.
But then again, people were also upset over what they did to Zero, so
Mm-hmm.
that's a double edged sword right there.
But you don't want like too many people going digital only in your profit margins.
Yeah. But like, I know Flesh and Blood doesn't want to do it because that's apparently why the game's named Flesh and Blood, because they want you to do it in person.
Right. Consider the following actually. Like a really funny historical case. There was a T.C.G. had a full simulator exact like Yugioh Pro with all the cards available for free from the official paper T.C.G. Can you name that game, Zechs?
Does it start with a C?
No.
Okay. I got none.
Force of Will.
You know what that means.
And look where Force of Will is now.
You see, that's how much I didn't understand what Force of Will was, because that game got heat. People collected
That
it.
game was supposed to be bigger than Vanguard.
That game, like, as soon as it, like, finally, like, made it over, like, to my local area, like, a couple months later, just everyone just dropped off completely.
You know, they managed to actually torpedo their game.
Yeah,
Like, with just one bad set, one, like, really bad set release.
Yeah, it's just like all I see now, Force of Will or anything, is my my buddy's binder, and it has the artwork of that one sorceress chick that
Special
has
Swimsuit Edition 0.
Yeah, the one with the
Yep.
the one with the peaches down in Georgia. just cheese. Okay, that's like the
Thanks,
only
Slack.
thing.
Look, here's the funniest thing about that card. It's an actual that card's price on the singles market. It's an actual barometer for the health of the game. It's like the Waffle House Index.
Oh man, like the more you realize, like man, Bushiroad really keeps lacking check, don't he?
Yeah, have you seen what he's done with Caster Chronicles?
Yeah, I saw literal darn near full nudity on cards. It's like, jeez, if he could, Asha would have been. If it weren't for the fact that Bushiroads were all ages, oh, you could imagine what he would have done to like some of these units. If he could like actually go full out, unlock his old power.
I mean, even Gage Rule had like some inhibition, like issues with fan service on cards until Takeda left, and the first thing they did after the announcement was announce a brand new Bunny Girl swimsuit card, and it was like, ah, I see.
Huh. I never saw that. You never posted it.
Let me see if I can find it.
Well, we're not showing it on screen because I don't want us to get shot down.
It's perfectly safe for work. Don't worry.
I'll be the judge of that. But
don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Something. Don't worry about it. Okay. Well, you know what I'm not gonna worry about? Going to this event. Like I'm still not. I'm still just like. First off, it's in California. I ain't going to California. I can barely go 2 feet outside Austin, so I'm just stop that right there. 2, I have a feeling that there's gonna be with the way like how like people are just kind of dealing with wait, we had to have a just the unnecessary political BS that's gonna happen there. That and the one at the other one that was announced. I'm just like, you know what? If you go, make sure you just do right by everybody around you. Don't be an a-hole.
Oh, that's gonna be messy. Probably. Hopefully not. But yeah.
And as I'm thinking you posted the actual image. No, it's just Matt showing it 3.5 review for cats.
That's a crime.
Yes, it is. Okay. So I guess we can. I mean, yeah.
I'm trying to find this thing right now.
Oh yeah.
we can continue. Hopefully
Shadow.
it's dropping on your head.
Oh yeah, we got info on Shadowverse season 2. The
Oh right.
the
Oh
fact
jeez.
the fact that well, first off, the fact that there is a season 2 for Shadowverse. It's like what?
Yeah.
Like I
I
know,
have no clue how
and
that happened.
and then they have like little like buddies on it. So I'm like, what are y'all doing?
Buddy fight.
It's like I know Buddy Fight's gone, but like, come on, like y'all can't just
Like,
be. This is hard rip off, y'all.
consider the following, alright?
the The only way this works to me is if they actually like work on the writing, because how did Champions Battle have better writing than a 40 like a 50 something episode series?
You made it that far?
No, I actually read a review on Champions Battle. It's like Champions Battle is what Shadowverse should have been. I have not watched Shadowverse, but I've heard all y'all, like everybody, Hunter Surge, just just about everybody, but like, man, this show is bad.
Yeah, I told you the image is perfectly fine.
I haven't even seen it.
Well,
Oh, that one. I forgot that one.
yeah.
Yeah,
It was announced like right after the creator got booted.
Oh, okay, I remember that. I remember that.
Yep.
It seemed like they probably were gonna bring it in regardless, but now it's like, hey, we can say it now. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Trying to see what else you gotta do.
I think I was talking with a friend earlier about Shadowverse Season 2. And like, a lot of people were just like gang on it because, like, hey, you don't know how bad it's sold, so I was totally a popular anime. I'm like, did any of you watch it?
Yeah, I think one day I'll watch it.
I got one episode in.
Cause I
Make it a sad, painfully generic.
I get one episode in because I did play the demo for Champions Battle, and I was like, wow, these characters don't seem at all like the characters y'all were complaining about. What's going on? Like the demo was actually legitimately good. It was actually pretty good on Switch. Does
I heard
Steam
it was good.
Does Steam have a demo for it? I don't know.
I don't think so, no.
I guess we'll check out afterwards. So, kind of closing this out before we actually move on to the main topics of today. Yeah, just basically be careful out there. Enjoy your Yugioh. Don't be spending $600 on Sword Soul. Cause that can I just say, man, if you play Elemental Hero or Destiny Hero or Evil Hero, y'all are hurting. Y'all must have a bunch of money. Cause there's just no way. Every time y'all get support, all y'all best cards are $100 each. Like,
See, the issue with heroes from like, I don't know what year, maybe year 4, maybe, is that heroes became too generic. They just became the Omni engine for a lot of random junk.
Well, they really just became like generic hero support. Like you could put in Destiny, Evil or regular, then just mass changed me mass heroes.
Then you got the Vision heroes, like, alright.
And then Neos Fusion, then Neospace Connector. Like, I wouldn't say it's more so heroes got too generic, more so like all the good stuff that was generic could just abuse all its stuff, right? You could just go Neospace Connector into Aqua Dolphin, try and like shoot a card out the opponent's hand, and then link it to Isold, get all the combos off, and bam. Speaking of which, I think I have a couple.
And now they're still paying main character prices on sub this many years later.
Yeah, like who do they think they are, Vanguard?
Pay your taxes, damn it.
Say, that ain't even true. Like, that ain't even true no more. No one wants to buy a Verena.
And now they got Destroy Phoenix in force. It's like, You
Yeah.
guys, so I got to pay Dragoon rates on your junk now.
Mm-hmm. Destroy
Hey,
your
but
wallet.
bring that Dasher package.
It's like, man, it's hard. It's hard just playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and it's like, I think it's like, man, this is also like the best set in a while. And then you're also coming off Synchro Storm, which Baroness de Fleur is what, another $100 card.
Baroness is the exact card that makes Sword sold tier 1/tier 0 in Japan right now.
Yeah, so you got Baroness, Destroy Phoenix, the Forces. Like, this is also another like game is expensive.
You got a staples problem.
Yeah, it does.
Like outright. But we can complain about too many archetypes, too much compartmentalization and whatnot. But
well, it's more
everyone's paying a bunch for like all these secret $1 secret rares and whatnot. It's like maybe archetypes are a good thing.
Yeah, it's just like, so many one-ofs. It's like Phoenix Force is a one-of, and it's how much? Because you, and I think it's also just like, again, back I said in my rant, the guys, I feel like a broken record, but it's so important. It's like all these like secret rare only cards, when like some of these cards are like supers or ultras in the OCG, and then have a secret rare printing independent of that. So there's two independent versions, and you just basically the secret is more like an SP than in like an actual like. It's like you're trying to pull an SP only card in the TCG, and that's just stupid.
I mean, consider the following.
Where's that? Hold up. Where's that? Let me search this up real quick. Where's that R. Kelly use your common sense meme?
Look, Zechs. It's not like Bushy isn't guilty of trying this before. You don't remember this, but Buddy Pie had this thing called secret packs.
Like,
which were basically 5 support cards for an archetype in one specially sealed pack of SPs, basically. And those cards were all super expensive. And they were key cards.
Let's see, is this it? Hold on.
It's not completely a Konami T.C.G thing.
Yeah, that's it right there. That's literally just like every time I see the TCG shrine, like, every time I see the TCG just like have these secret rares that they short print, meaning everybody gotta buy 10,000 cases. It's just like, bruh, really?
That's stupid. Use your common sense. That's stupid.
Download card games.
Use your common sense.
It's just abusive. It's just an abuse of power. It's just like, gosh, dang it, man. Anyway, off of Yugioh. It's time for the I think it's time for the actual Explorer territory, where we go into the talks of the two big card game anime currently, Build Divide and Vanguard Overdress. We convene.
What about all those Duel Masters people who want our takes?
Again, there's not enough people who even watch this show. What you mean, people who want our takes? People who want our takes are literally us. That's literally all we have. So
look, the mice in the corner of your room want your Duel Masters takes. All right.
What you mean, mice in the corner? I ain't that nasty. Okay, so again, if you have not seen Build Divide episodes 3 and 4, or Cardfight Vanguard Overdress Season 2 episodes 15 and 16, you can leave now or pause, go watch those, come back, and we'll act like nothing ever happened. Alright, now we've had like a the obligatory podcast pause of, hey, take you a nice small break to go do something you aren't gonna do because you just want to listen to this anyway because you're too lazy to pause. Let's start with Build Divide, episodes 3 and 4. So episode 3, we got introduced to. I need a wiki.
I keep forgetting. Like, I'm just gonna call him Enjo or Enma or something. Something fire related.
Let's see.
What's the name of his card?
Where's? Is there not like a? I'm so weird. Like, is there not? Here we go. Wiki right here. Anime. Is this? Wow. Okay, so I went to the Build a Vi wiki. There's literally none here.
Sounds about right.
Okay, hold on. Episode. Jesus.
My anime list probably has the characters. Only use for that site is figuring out staff and cast lists.
Yeah. Okay, well that's literally negative. Okay.
Enjo. Alright, there we go. Enjo is the character's name.
Anjo, the dude with the war beast, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, Anjo. So we got an episode
Like
where
Dragonic Overlord.
it kind of is Overlord. But like, yeah, we got Anjo who fights Teruto, and it's kind of like it's a big. The episode kind of like does a whole look over just the world. It's mostly a world building episode before we get to the fight, where we kind of learn more about Sakura and she's
The class struggle.
Yeah, and the class struggle and like just how much there. And I understand the comparisons to Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds is strong.
I know, I feel like it's going harder than 5Ds did.
You know, I was about to say that too. I feel like it actually is because really it's like we saw it, but we never like went as deep into it. I will say
protest now.
I will say, I wish we had like more like I wish like future fights.
I'll be back. I gotta check something.
Okay, well I'll just talk on my own then.
Right.
Or we could just do a pause. Let's just do a pause real quick. Okay, sorry about that. We are actually back. You're back.
Yep.
So.
Hello.
I forgot where we were. Oh yeah, we were still talking about the world building and stuff. So.
Yeah.
I also think that Sakura like actually like kind of like having like a phase, kind of like having like a moment just like she phases out.
Yep.
Like that was actually kind of interesting. Like, wait, what's going on with her?
Well, there's some magic stuff going on in Build Divide. I'm at that point.
Yeah, there's definitely like something going on there.
Like the episode already opened with them at the Sorcery Society at the university. Like, And then Andrew made a big deal about the Sorcery Society even existing during the episode. Like, alright. So clearly the Sorcery Society is actually doing something.
I mean, to explain the big twist at the end of episode 3, which is there's literally nothing outside the city.
Nope, it's all gone.
Which is like, huh? I love how we also didn't even address it this episode 4. It's like, oh, it's not even there. It's like, okay, episode 4. And then episode 4 is basically like, oh, let's go grab some croissants. Wait,
I think we're just supposed to keep the whole twist in episode 3 in the back of our mind for all the other stuff we're seeing, especially in episode 4.
Yeah. Still just kind of like weird to me how we still just ain't really gone to that yet. But, you know, we got time, because episode 4 still had its own big twist. So, I like, what was his name again?
Who?
The the
The
fight,
big guy?
the fight for episode 3.
Anjo.
Anjo. I did like Anjo. He definitely was. He definitely is interesting, and I want to see more of him eventually.
I expected a rival, but we've gone with the bro character.
Yeah. And again, Hiyori continues to be one of the best things about this series to me.
Angel's family is probably dead.
Either dead or uh captive.
We saw those body bags, Zechs. They were full.
I didn't see anybody. Ooh, I might have to go back and watch that before.
Oh, it looked like those body bags like weren't flat at all. There were people in there.
Okay, I might have to watch that again.
Yeah, there's some crazy stuff going on in the background of this show.
Yeah, so I'll watch that again. We'll do about this. So, what would you give episode 3?
Ooh.
I know.
Actual numbers.
Yeah, I know. I just start dropping
Oh, no.
a number on you. Start doing
Any actual numbers and reviews. Dang it. Alright.
Let's go out of 5.
Oh, out of 5. Okay, maybe a 3.75 for 4 out of 5.
3.75, 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty in the good category. All right. So episode 4. We get a little bit more of Teruto's kind of like personality kind of starting to show out. He like Hiyori is starting to kind of like rub off on him.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I enjoyed the start of the episode kind of just being just them kind of like, let's go fight to go get croissants and just chomp on sweets and bread. Because Hiyori's like, hey, he's good, so maybe if I do the things he does, maybe I'll start getting some ideas how to get better too. Which is kind of cute.
Yeah.
Like I'm really liking at the very least the like chemistry between the 3. I think Sakura kind of like is still more mysterious, and I think she needs a little bit more time. And I think Teruto is slightly starting to grow on me. But I feel like if they didn't have a Hiyori, that this show would have lost me by this point.
Mm-hmm. Hiyori adds character.
Yeah, she adds a light to this otherwise kind of dark series. Well, it's dark, yeah. It's kind of dark.
It's fairly dark.
So
Not weak cross dark, but pretty dark.
yeah, it's not recross dark yet.
Yeah.
You mean you literally just said there are body bags in episode 3. So
I mean, look at the definition of code black really quick.
what is the definition of code black? What does code black mean? Code black. While there is no formal definition for a code, Dr. Sabi uses the term as slang to refer to a patient in cardiopulmonary arrest requiring a team of providers to rush to a specific location and begin immediate resuscitation. Oh, I see.
It's also been used for things like bomb threats, emergency situations, mass casualties. Yeah.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Hmm?
Know what? That makes a lot more sense now.
Yep. Adds some flavor, doesn't it?
Yup. Yeah. So. And then I think what's actually kind of I think what shouldn't have been surprising, what it was to me was that the girl that was like in episode 3 at the end actually decides to put on clothes and goes out to fight Teruto, and she wins. She wins. She's the usual main character loses to obvious boss character. But what's the most surprising is turns out the boss character is the king themselves, Kika. Yeah, it's like that's how they pronounce it, like Kika. Mm-hmm. And it is Teruto's, and is also Teruto's sister.
Yeah.
Which that is
a twist on your twist.
That's a twist, and it kind of puts in a very interesting like context of what the heck's going on, because if the whole situation with the king is involved, of why there's such a whole thing, you gotta be good at build divide. Pretty much the whole thing is to the point where you've actually like made it so that if you're not good at build divide, you are nothing and you've just been sent to the slums.
Yeah.
That basically means it's like the whole thing is basically like Kika is doing this to like bring Teruto to come beat her for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
Or Teruto or someone as strong as him to come beat her for whatever reason, and she's definitely teetering on yandere or kudere.
It's also has credence to what I said earlier about Teruto definitely having faced the king before and been through this whole divide thing. She outright said he was a lot stronger when he was first dropped by. But they're not being subtle with this.
Yeah. It is very obvious at this point. Yeah, no, that's a... Yeah, no, something happened to where he basically, like, wiped his memory and said, well, I gotta get back to the king for whatever. Get back to the king and beat the king.
Yeah.
And Kika is like, you know, I love fighting you because you're the only one who's actually good enough to be worth something.
But here's where I'm going to crack theory territory.
Uh-huh.
But hold up. That weird evil business guy at the end that we thought was the king is able to tell the king what to do. To a degree.
You know what, that's what I'm thinking too. Because, like, there's no way this girl is just straight up, like, doing all of this just because she wants to fight her.
The guy Teruto's father. There we go. Ooh. It's a family drama. That's my theory.
Ooh. Now that actually would be a pretty big twist. Like kind of like the Heartland in Zechs, somewhat.
Uh-huh.
Where it's just like turns out Dr. Faker's really just their father the whole time.
I mean, it does. I mean, this sub does seem a whole lot like Heartland City if you think about it. Close off, duels only.
So we just basically got a bunch of...
We got some crazy sick kid in the tower.
They definitely did want... We can say... Well, at least we can say they definitely watched some card game anime.
Oh, yeah.
Because that is... If we weren't talking about 5Ds, then Zechs was definitely right there on the table.
They're running through the entire list here.
Alright. Give me just a second. Because Matt decided to leave. I gotta actually do his job. Alright, we're good. Alright, so. What would you give this episode? Oh, wait. There's one more thing. No, I lost it. Okay, so what would you give this episode?
I'm gonna give this one a solid, like, 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm giving 4 too. It was really...
Ooh, we just got news about Build Divide Set 2, actually.
Oh, we did? Oh, that's dope.
Oh, it's gonna be a new mechanic where territory cards can turn into units.
Hmm.
Already doing that with the mechanics. Also, they confirmed something earlier about what they're going to do with future support and territory cards for older aces. They're going to keep the same, like, image on the territory cards. That way there's some mind games up until they're played. So you can't know which territory that someone's playing and playing around it. Gotta guess.
I see.
Be on your toes. They're playing this game out really well so far.
What's this? Okay. Get rid of that. Alright. I'll give it a 4 too. I actually really did enjoy it. It was a much. It had a lot of. I usually like episodes where like the main character does lose to like a very like important character early in the season.
Mm.
They're just more like a guilty pleasure to me because like some of them are good, some of them are like horrible.
I mean, you gotta bring the character down to some level.
Yeah, but you know, it's just like it's like by that point it's like depending on how the series goes, like that episode usually like tells me if I'm gonna like enjoy watching it or not. So I'm glad that that was in there.
I mean, it's only the episode after where I feel like, alright, well, the main character's lost. Now, how else to rebound?
That too. That's also important. Again, like I think the only time like that's ever been like a good. No, that's not. I was gonna say like, man, I do like some episodes where like the main character does win, but they basically get beat down so hard it's like they basically just lost anyway. I like those episodes too. Like that was probably the last. I would say that like there was like an episode like that was probably the last like good episode of build of the original Build Divers. Like I've not returned to that series for a while, and I understand why.
Same here.
I still need. I still probably should go back just to see like what they were trying to do. Now that Re-Rise is come and gone, so like maybe there actually was like an idea they had, just couldn't execute on it completely. I mean, there was, but like, was there more to it? There was, right? Because I mean, Re-Rise kind of like went on there and kind of like did more to it, but like, you know, I feel like they could have done something else.
I feel like Revive's entirely almost an answer to the original Build Divers.
Yeah, again, just
Like they even made like the writer of the series like a character in the show to go, yeah, you know, sometimes you make a Build Divers and you're kind of down about it, be it Noah Hiroto. Sometimes you just want to get this show, all right? So stand up. Like it's part of an actual scene in the show.
yeah, I remember.
It's kind of awkward.
That was literally like one of the last episodes of season 1 of Re-Rise.
Yeah, it's like, ah.
So, okay, well, on that note, that's kind of like a quick thing on Build Divide. So far so good. It's getting better. I appreciate it. Hopefully we end we you know when we come back, probably episodes 5 and 6 will be good.
And before we move on to section number 3, I'd like to force one more random tangent.
Okay.
At least one more. You know, on the topic of main characters losing and the catharsis of seeing their rise again, Reigns needed it outright.
Oh, we're just gonna pull
Reigns really needed that cathartic moment.
So we just gonna pull up on Vrains now, aren't we?
yeah. Mhm.
Just run his fade one last time before.
Look, we brought up 5 decent Zechs, so let's dig in the brains.
I mean, this is one of the 5 people that still defend the show. Kind of, I don't know.
Look,
But
all I'm saying is,
yeah,
Yusaku needed at least one loss.
yeah, I agree.
Like,
Cause
something. So it wasn't just, alright, well, we're just having Batman his way through every single situation completely flawlessly. Yep.
like
Uh-huh.
I'm of the weird set of like I'm as much I like that too, but I'm also like saying like you don't have your main character doesn't always have to lose for you to develop them. But it's done so rare. It's done so rarely good that it's like people were just like, I don't know, you can actually do it.
Like, the issue with never losing protagonists is tension.
There's
It's
like,
like the issue with it's like the issue with survivors in horror series that go on for too long. And once you get that feeling of, alright, they can't lose or they can't die because there's never been any sense of danger anymore. Just let's wait.
I mean that.
And we saw what Reigns did. It's like, I'm going to end the world. I'm going to end the world. I'm going to kill humanity. It's like, alright.
Yeah, it's
And
just
then
like,
Yusaku wins.
I think what Reigns needed was like duels that were just like fun. Cause every duel outside of like 2 were like plot effective duels. Like we never had we only had one real
Duels.
like gimmicky duel. It was between 2 characters that didn't matter. Like that one random Night Hanoi and Naoki. Like we never had, and then like the only other like duel was like the past Soul Brother duel. Like that was a different thing, but like we never got a straight up like fun duel. Like we introduced the with that duel, like that duel club in the episode where we kind of got more into like Blue Angel stuff in the sky, and we never used it again. never again.
Yeah, you know what people say? Say what people want about early Zechs, but you know what it had right? Random gimmicky duels for the entire first arc.
Yeah, it had gimmicky duels that like put the main characters in different situation, and again I say you can develop a character without having to lose all the time, but yeah, it made you get lost some. Yuya didn't win straight up because like outside of Astral helping him in the actual like number duels, he lost. He was trash. That was the whole point of his characters. Like he wanted to be great, and he was like, okay, it's cool, but I'm also bad.
And he was just abrasive as a person, and the show
and I think
gave him shit for it.
Yeah, I think that's why they people weren't vibing with Zechs early, because it's like, well, not only you bad, you can't win without your with your alien, and then people also like, well, this also seems like a rip off, just a remake of the original Duel Monsters, with Astro and Yuma being like Yami and Yugi, which is even hilarious, which is even weirder because like at the very least like Yugi won all his duels. But all his duels are more so like at the end of the series.
Yeah.
So it's like he's had time to like absorb it, but like by that point it's like, well, we kind of barely had a character with you.
Yeah, that's my weirdest issue with.
Like it's like the
that's the divide between Duel Monsters, like the anime and the manga. Like this is thing for a lot of manga manga anime conversions. There's no inner monologue.
Yeah, they definitely put more inner monologue in in like
We needed what was in Yugi's head.
I mean, we did get it sometimes, but it was like very rarely. I think what was the difference was that like we got what was in Yuki's head, but in the for Duelist Kingdom, but it was more like we never got
advice.
We only got like it seemed like they were the same person when they were talking.
Right.
Right. So it's never like you didn't realize like until like afterwards, where it's like, oh, they're two different people. So it's like if it felt jumbled, like, oh, this seems Yugi, but it's like, was that Yugi or was it a Tem in Yugi's voice? And they just didn't realize how to do it.
Yeah, the original the manga had some elements of that, but the manga was also smart enough, and Yugi doesn't actually change size in the manga. He just looks evil, at least at the start. It's like, this makes a whole lot more sense.
Yeah.
If there's some issues with who's speaking and whatnot. If it magically growing tall like the Blue Ranger in Turbo.
Okay. So there's your Zenon tangents. All right,
That's part of these streams.
Yeah, sure. So, I've also been thinking like, do I want to actually like start? I probably just want to like. I think I'm gonna start like downloading these and just editing them because I just don't like the YouTube editor at all. Like
same here.
It's just not good. I think it's supposed to more so just to be like, straight like, let me, just let me put all this stuff in and we're good. Let me just like any like cleanup, right? To like double check.
Right.
Oh, what did I take out, take in, or whatnot? It's like just download the whole thing. It's gonna take 3 hours, but it's like it'll take literally faster than just waiting for YouTube. Just like this, you can't re-edit anything. So I might just start doing that from now on and just post it. Like it shouldn't take that long. It actually will probably take faster, and I'm not just having it out of sight, out of mind. I'm just wait 10,000 years to actually put the thing up. So
those rendering speeds. So when you're actually editing something,
yeah, it's like
that's the only reason I don't upload stuff to YouTube. It's like, all right, I gotta cut this out. It's like, all right, do we have a video? 8 hours of processing. Watch an entire series in that meantime. But yeah.
Alright. So we pulling up, and now to come that, let's actually go to Vanguard Overdress Season 2, episodes 15 and 16. I didn't say the titles for both of I, but Vanguard is. Can I go to the Vanguard channel? Why is the Vanguard channel so weird? Okay, I had it and I lost it. So I need to find a way. Episode 15 was Maiden mannerism / reconciliation, and episode 16 was Nordlinger / infiltration. So
these double titles are kind of ridiculous. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, these titles are kind of like, what are you doing? Just why we need two titles for this? I don't get it.
It feels like they don't have the confidence in people watching anymore. It's like, all right, we gotta make sure as soon as the title screen drops, they know exactly what's gonna be in this episode. So put the fight with the main unit fighting in the title, just to make sure they actually try to watch.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad.
Which is odd. So we're gonna talk about episode 15. We're just gonna go by the second name at this point from now on for future episodes. So reconciliation. This is the this is Zenon's favorite episode, a Megumi episode.
Yay!
Except this time it's actually good.
Surprisingly.
So the premise of this episode, Megumi, we go back and like Megumi still dealing with the emotional issues from the start of the season. And wait a second. Okay, I had to take a double check because I'm like, wait, when did this episode take place? But I'm like, oh no, it's after episode 13.
Yep.
I had to like think about it.
Don't
for a
worry,
second.
there's no weird timeline tricks here.
Yeah, because I'm like, that would actually been interesting. It's like, oh, there probably would have been like that would probably put
That
a
will
different
raise a lot of questions.
Yeah, it would raise a lot of questions, but also pretty interesting. Of like, what if like this happened, then she found Donji, and then that discussion happened, and it's like, oh,
I mean, then we'd be having some arguments about her relapsing right now.
that is true, but maybe it's like that ending's like, I finally got it, I'm good. And then like the end of 15 happens, like, okay, we got it.
Yeah.
I think it probably been an interesting idea. I don't think they have the strength to do that at this point.
No.
Like had season 1 probably had a better like I think it'd been interesting, but I think that there's no way they could just done that. But I digress.
Look, Vanguard's already done so many drug parallels between Vanguard and drugs. Let's not have them tackle relapse in this shoddy matter.
Oh my god. Okay. So
it's like quality is drugs. We've been over this.
Right. Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh, that's the title of the episode, guys. Psychology is drugs.
Yay!
So this is basically a Megumi episode. She's kind of like staying away from the blackout team, like some of the other members, because she's still like one dealing with all the emotions with Donji, and then she's also dealing with Toya also being there, the same person who destroyed their place. And so she drops her Magnolia, which is really her brother's Magnolia. We're
Maybe
still
like Butterfingers in Overdress for some reason.
To be fair, the last time we lost the card was mostly because Masanori pulled up with a Flight of the Bumblebees playing in a jet. Which conveniently that episode kind of gets a call back. We get a call back to that episode when Yu and Toya finally meet Megumi for the first time in the episode, and Megumi proceeds to talk like an actual lunatic in the same what was it called? I forgot what it's
Style.
called. Yeah, the same style that Zechs was talking about when he got angry at Masanori.
Zechs even a character at this point.
All right, now we're back. So we were back. We were previously talking about kind of like having a little character thing with Megumi and Yu. So, but basically the whole story was, because Toya wants to apologize to Megumi for everything, and he's on his apology tour. He and Yu go to his sisters to basically like get them to dress up to get into Megumi's all-girls school. And then hijinks ensue.
There's a comedy movie with this exact premise. I'm trying to remember it.
Yeah, there is, but it doesn't matter right now. So eventually comedy ensues, and eventually Yu, Toya, and Megumi all end up in the male bathroom stall, and they have a final discussion in which Megumi basically says, "I'll work with you, but I won't forgive you." because you messed me up. But I understand how insane you are as well. And
Alright.
you know the team's finally back, and we end the episode with them find Toya basically kind of giving like a rundown of what's going on with Team Daybreak and saying, you know, we're gonna go take them down. That's how episode 15 ends.
They finally got a plot.
Yeah, I mean, we've been working on the plot, but now we finally have a hard plan
Like a through line.
Yep, a hard through line. It only took a messy season 1 to get there. So, alright, so what'd you think of episode 15?
I mean, kind of funny. I like the character dynamics we're seeing here with our new main trio. Liking them so far.
Yeah, I think it's time to kind of like put in before we get to Donji's like, Donji's focus episode is pretty much this the way they, despite the ending of season 1 being the most in a Vanguard series in a while, the decision to drop Toya off in Blackout and have Donji lead the group might actually be best for everybody involved.
Yeah.
Because, you know, small spoiler for probably our thoughts on 16, somehow everybody's actually like getting more depth and actually like we're getting something from these characters that we should have gotten back in season 1. And I say better late than never.
Right.
So the fact that they've built on Megumi's issues and they're like, yeah, I know straight up like I'm insane. I'm crazy. I'm crazy, but you're crazy too. As much as I don't like you, working together.
We both be crazy together.
Yeah, let's both be crazy together. Now that's a new ship. Just 2 lunatics. And then you have just you just concerned.
2 lunatics, 1 wimp.
2 lunatics in a half wimp, half gremlin.
Right.
It's just actually like it's actually cool. So I appreciate that despite how controversial, I guess you could say, Megumi's character has been this series. I appreciate them trying to like build on her character and actually give her something, because she was sorely missing it after a certain point. Like all her focal episodes just fell flat in season 1, and the fact that we started with probably the weirdest one of them all for season 2.
Yeah.
It's, you know, so it's like we're already like not batting well in the World Series here, but you know we're starting to catch up. The question is, can we win the game 7 before it's too late? So
there's only seasons 3 and 4.
Yeah. So long as season 2 is better than season 1, we actually can like build off that, and 3 and 4 can be good.
Right.
I think we'll be fine with Overdress. That and them getting their act together in the card game technology. But that's a different topic for a different day.
We're never getting back. We're never getting to the actual card game itself. Don't worry.
We'll talk about that eventually. So.
Or not.
I also just more praise for the fact that Toya is pretty much the best character in the series, and he's kind of like the opposite of Donji, where unlike when Donji's on board, he basically drains all the. When Donji's like was with them in season 1, he effectively drained so much of the charisma stuff to the point where it just got sickening. And Yugioh didn't develop. Megumi was Megumi basically looks like what people think of Sakura. Megumi was the Sakura of Vanguard. And this is also the same series that literally had a season where our main female lead was basically trash, effectively became trash because of a guy she met and had like a couple dates with, then got hit by a car, and spent the entire rest of the series just sad about them.
Look, I mean,
You
Paris
somehow
shock is an actual thing. Let's be fair. Paris shock is an actual medical condition that just so happens to affect Japanese people more than anyone else. I wish I was kidding.
I remember.
Yeah.
That.
It's an actual medical condition.
Still doesn't excuse it, but I remember.
It's funny. It's better in context. Politely.
No, it ain't. Because, I'm just gonna stop right there before we go anything else. Anyway, so yeah, the fact that whereas Donji kind of like absorbed all the plot around him, Toya is basically like, it's kind of like Donji was Kobe, Toya is Steve Nash, just passing the ball to everybody, and they all scoring, we all winning. Whereas Danji said, just give me the ball, we just gonna win. And just took it, and it's like, man, I hate this team. Now it's like, oh, I actually like this team, woohoo.
Like I've said it before, like one too many times maybe. And it's a terrible comparison, but I keep using it. It's like Kamina, we keep begging for him to get killed off because he keeps living past episode 8. It's like Kamina, we can't do the Simon and Nia thing if you're still alive. Stay dead.
Well, about that. Before we get to that, what'd you give this episode? Episode 15.
Like 3 out of 5.
I think 3 out of 5 is alright. Yeah, 3 out of 5. I'll go with 3 out of 5 too.
But it wasn't like
it wasn't outstanding.
Yeah. Alright.
Now, speaking of the dead, Donji, episode 16, Infiltration. Let's skip to the end. Technically, Donji is officially legally dead.
What the twist?
Because Grandmama Mine said, nah, we gotta make sure the Yakuza ain't after us. So, we help this people.
This is like an M. Night Shyamalan twist. I'm not lying.
Well, I'll say, you know what? Donji needed something at this point to explain why the hell do you feel like a deadbeat? And it's like, oh, because you literally were.
Yeah.
He did something stupid that got an enemy of the family, or like a major like ally to like the family in the I don't know what to say, the Vanguard Mafia.
It's some real Yakuza stuff going on.
Yeah, it's some Yakuza stuff. And so he leaves, and then they say, okay, well, to make sure that they don't come after us, or pretty much to make sure they don't come after us, because now that you've left, what do we do? Yeah, we're gonna make sure we're gonna fake your death, which is okay.
Sure.
So that reveal is kind of like okay, that's a plot twist.
It's a plot twist, but I'm like,
it makes sense, but it's still like, dang, that's a plot twist.
I'm kind of mild on it until we get to see the payoff.
Yeah.
It's a neat plot twist. I was like, but where's the payoff going here? You're not feeling it yet.
Yeah, I think also like we saw the things they were not really people weren't like cool with this episode like the past two,
Right.
and it could be just because Ganji is there or because the twist is still just like, yeah, this seems kind of like a generic twist, but
It's really forced, let's be honest.
yeah, because you also have the realization of, oh yeah, he's also like related to he's Mirai's sister. I mean Mirai's brother. Ooh.
And it's like, alright, sure.
It's like, yeah, we kind of saw that coming. It's like, oh, you left the family. Oh, we kind of saw it coming. You are canonically dead because Grandmama wants you out is probably the biggest twist of the entire episode, and it was like out of nowhere.
It just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, it's just like I won't say it doesn't feel right. It's just more like it's kind of goofy because we still we're still having an issue. We're still a season behind the world building. I think. Yeah, I say like. Again, season 1's like issues are rearing its ugly head again. Because it kind of spent an entire season not doing anything.
And it kind of spent the entire season grounding itself in relative normality. Alright. Now we're doing this now with Donji's family and the Yakuza and the dead. And it was like, alright. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then there's a question of like, why are we doing this whole unite everybody over one banner thing for Vanguard? Right, there's a lot of questions. It finally like adds more, but there's still a lot of questions to the series. Oh, I did kind of spike the mic a bit. Hold on, but it adds.
It's weird.
Yeah, it adds a lot, but at the same time, it's like we're kind of running out of time here. So like the end of the season better be like explain what's going on.
It also awkwardly mixes the Foo Fighters thing and Ibuki's motivations and be together, and it just doesn't come out right.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what's really going on. It's like, man, this does feel a lot like a
going
previous.
Right back into the well.
Yeah, going right back into the well. Also, so that could also be like people weren't as good on as well.
Like we had 2 previous shows like before Overdress that I completely went out through with like Vanguard as an anime, and then we're just re-digging up the exact same old tropes from season 1 and season 3. Wee.
Yeah, I mean, if you're struggling, to kind of like, I mean, if this was like the main like thing you were doing it anyway, like it does kind of like. It's kind of like a ooh, buddy, nah, you can't be doing that. But if we're like, but if, and I'm trying to figure out how to say it. If this is the plan from the beginning, I understand. I wish you did it better. Because season one just feels like a complete waste of time, and season 2's issues are. Season 2's good points are hurt because it's still behind on what season 1 did. But and it's like if you actually decide this plot point, like in between season 1 and season 2, I have some very like unfortunate questions to ask about your writing team.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be mean, but it's like at that point, it's
Let's
like
be honest.
You switched up on us. I mean, it does make, what, now I think about it, considering how season 1 ended, yeah, that makes a lot of sense why this plot all of a sudden just changed all of a sudden. As in, there is a plot. I'm starting not to like this episode now. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, man.
Look, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just joking. I still like
there's some holes here.
I still like this episode, but there's definitely like some big questions that have gone on because of how season 1 ended. Like, even, like, let me take a look at, like, a series that, like, kind of, like, changed its storyline, but at very least, it did it in a way that was actually like more organic, and that's how G started. Because Gears Crisis Strikegate were a whole like idea of a plot, but the first some episodes of G, you didn't really see. You saw bits and pieces of it, but it wasn't like all there.
Well, they were planting those seeds. Like a lot of seeds are being planted.
They planted the seeds, and now I went back to still watch some G, and like those seeds were still there, more so out of hindsight. But it's like, you know, but like
it felt like something. It felt like there was writing there for the other 2 seasons.
Yeah, it's more like when we actually kicked into the plot of the story, we had all the pieces right there in the past. Like they were all there. We had Shin. Like I didn't notice that in episode 2. Like notice that Shin never revealed his. I remember watching all of Vanguard, all the original Vanguard, all the way to Legion Mate. Shin never showed his eyes.
Yeah.
And episode 2 was the first time Shin has ever shown his eyes. Or at least that I remember. Because he rarely does it. And if you remember from, and you know, this is from Shinamon in the past, but like when you saw his eyes, that usually meant he was more serious. That was like his old self. He was, you know, he was returned to his old me.
Mm-hmm.
So like the fact that
Shin
that was
Amon instead of Shin.
Yeah, the Amon was the Cinnamon was actually online, as opposed to just Shin. So it was like the pieces were there. That's what we're trying to say. And season 1 didn't have those pieces until the last 3 episodes.
I'm gonna say this on G, and I've said this like way too many times already. But episode 3, like the mystery moment was probably the most pivotal thing for like G as like the first G saga in terms of planning the basis for later.
Yep.
It's like, alright, something crazy we haven't seen in Vanguard's going down now. Something big is being built up to, clearly. Let's see where this goes. And then, almost like 100 episodes later, we get the big grand payoff. It's like, alright, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's basically it. It's just like, season 1 didn't build up hard enough, and then we get to the end of, now we're here, and it feels like season 2, while better, is still having those issues.
Right.
Because season 1 just didn't lay a stronger foundation. If it did, we wouldn't be talking about this, and we wouldn't have this question of, is Overdressed even going to make it to season 5 or something? Right? We wouldn't be concerned about the anime's, like, you know, thing if they actually set the story up well, instead of just, like, jam-packing everything into the last 3 episodes.
I mean, more concerning, probably, is that we already know Kidani busts into the writing room at some point instead of rewriting season 2.
That's probably like the episode after the Yu versus Beret fight.
Right, it's like, oh, right. So now we know this is completely planned out for this season.
Which is like, I hope we don't just mess things up there. I hope Kidani just fumbled the bag at the last second when we're finally like getting back on track.
Like, the scary thing is here, Kidani's not the writer for Vanguard. He's just some crotchety old man with his golf club. I'm not that old, actually.
He just looks weathered.
Right.
But it's like, yeah, no, the unfortunate irony would be if Kidani accidentally makes it worse after we finally got it good again.
I wouldn't even be surprised. Kidani's a weird guy.
Yeah, at least it's not like Ito, and we just have straight up V just be bad.
Ito's weird. Like, as a writer. I mean, Turnabout. Everyone's loving Turnabout in Japan, apparently.
What?
Yeah.
No, say that again. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
People love Turnabout in Japan.
Okay, well, that's good.
It's like, alright. Well, maybe Ida wasn't the problem with V.
Well,
just maybe.
to be fair, that to be fair, it's probably because it was so old.
But yeah.
It was, like the original manga was really old, so having to redo that is like you realize like yeah no that was definitely like a beta a beta like that needed like a redo of this actual script of the show.
And it was planned out on a monthly release schedule and not weekly.
Yeah, so you know I feel like they should have definitely like redone that because like the best parts of V were the actual like anime only stuff,
Originals.
like NWO arc, the high school continued arc up till we got the actual Koshin. Like that stuff was good.
I would defend the actual coaching part of that season. I will defend it.
We'll get. You know, that's again another topic for.
That's probably my hottest take with Vanguard is the coaching part of that season is good actually. That's my hottest take here.
All right, when you do your own video series on it, be sure to show that on everybody. So that'll be for you. So, you know, and you know, next week we'll get more like actual like Mirai actual like Mirai Dunji like you know connection and like actually like finding more of like Mirai's character, and you know I'm excited.
Dunji,
for that.
I'm gonna say this. If Dunji doesn't lose next episode, we're doing an emergency podcast.
Just straight up that Monday afternoon, just pull up. It's like you're just gonna message me, get the stream ready.
Get in here.
Get the stream
We're
ready.
running at 8.5.
We're bringing proof in too.
Yeah.
Just the proof we need to talk. Your man is
You've gone too far. Keep show right against this guy.
And you told me like, hey, yo, different fight, come through. We need to talk about your homie.
Look, I'm still calling BS this episode. Well, you got one card in hand. Oh, it's Derek. Boom. Instant board.
I mean, to be fair, we hated Derek for a reason, right?
Right.
So it's convenient.
Like, yeah. The card's so good, you can win with only one card in hand. Boop. Yeah. That was such a bad scene.
Yeah, we didn't even get to talk about the fight. The fight was okay.
It was okay until that one moment.
It was okay, then your PTSD flared up.
It's so bad.
It's like, what do you mean you only had that one card? Draws a trigger. Perfect. The one
so I needed. Boom. Like, I know people randomly talk the G3s and G all the time, but they never had a one card hand, like 90% of the time.
Well, sometimes they did. Where they were able to like make plays off of that with what was left on the board.
Right. But not like board empty, one card left in hand. Whew. Being Yugioh bullshit here.
That's funny. So, I feel like this is gonna be one of the weirder ratings. So, what would you rate this episode 16? Infiltration.
2.25 out of 5.
Damn, Derek hit it that hard.
There again, all the issues with like the plotting of this season. The second anytime Daybreak's on the screen.
Yeah.
It just feels off.
It does feel off, but you know, I give this like a 2.5 top deck Derek's out of 5. just yeah. I say that's fair. It's not. It's like middle of the road.
Yeah.
So
There's a blueprint there, maybe, for something good in Overdress, kinda.
yeah, there's a blueprint. We just hope they follow it, and actually, it's actually a good overall thing.
There's a blueprint to follow, but unfortunately, the writing team is that one dad who wants to build everything without reading the instructions.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's Kid Donnie, isn't it? Oh no!
Kidani, please. Man came in to save it, might have made things worse. But we won't know.
You can't just get Ito on speed dial?
We won't know until literally the last chance possible.
Right. Man. You have to think if you're at Bush Road. You got Ito on speed dial. But then for some reason he's in the restroom, so you just have Kidani instead at the round table. I was like, alright.
Yeah, you have Mori in the back, like trying to lessen the flames of everything.
Mori's just holding in a corner crying at this point.
He's got the flame extinguisher just crying as he's like, God dang it, why? How bad is the damage? That's mostly because he already just finished up like salvaging premium. He's just
man's hit the battle too many times already in like less than a year.
I'll again, too many video ideas I have, and I'm just like, dang.
Don't keep done this battle too many times in a year.
Like too many videos, I'm just like the whole thing is basically like the whole thing. I'm just like, man, people when I saw that video about somebody complaining about the premium ban list, I thought to myself, don't blame. I feel like I wouldn't blame this team for the issues with premium. I mean, obviously you shouldn't. This is a whole different thing. I would blame the old team that did nothing and let the format just fester for 2 years.
I mean, if you think about it, though, humans are immediately primed to go after whoever's like the front-facing person at the time.
Yeah.
It's why our politics are a mess.
I will say, there's anything to blame Mori on, besides kind of like, the state of D, maybe, is the whole the VR reprint thing. That's like the only like big issue with him.
Right.
Which I'm still just like, I don't know if this is a good idea.
I feel like people are giving Mori like 200 apologies. If he had just like, hi, I'm Kid Mori. I'm new producer of D. And show you I mean business. Here's Cardfight Online. Coming next year, 2022. Don't worry, I'm your guy. Like, he just showed up in that day one.
If he did that, you just have people gawk twisting forever.
Like, he would just be bending over to defend anything in D. Guys, it all makes sense. We're gonna have Cardfight Online. It's gonna be amazing. Mori promised.
And that's a stretch. That's actually your biggest stretch yet.
There'll be a few more people at least doing it. At least a few.
Yeah. Well, speaking of stretching, I think it's about time to get out of these chairs, huh? So.
Yeah.
On that note, that should be pretty much everything we have today. Next let's see what. Let's see. If Zenon doesn't wake me up from probably oversleeping the episode on Monday, our next episode should be projected to be around November 13th.
Yep, unless there's an emergency episode.
Yeah. Yeah, unless it's like an emergency episode, like some weird restriction list or something goes down, like a, if a, I'll say this, if a major thing comes up, we're doing an emergency podcast. Like say
Right.
like a, if there's like a restrict, because like especially if it's like not in like the off week, say like in between Halloween and the 6th, if like something big pops up in the off week, we're coming back like as soon as we can and talking about it. Otherwise,
Yep.
we're doing the usual 2 weeks. So, that's pretty much it. Is there anything you're up to coming up within the time frame, though?
Well, we're gonna be streaming some stuff. You can all contribute to my Super Wars 30 fund. It's at $0. One day, I will stream Super Wars 30 on Twitch, the entire game. Not all in one stream. Let's be honest. I'm not that crazy.
Yep.
Also, watch Megaton Musashi. Do it. Great show. I said this 2 weeks ago. Saying it now again. Watch it.
And go watch it. I guess.
That's good to see you too, Zechs, actually.
Okay. And for me, tomorrow, what I might do. Hold on, I need to sneeze. Oh goodness. Nope, never mind. False alarm. Tomorrow, what we might do is actually a surprise thing because I've just been thinking about it. We might actually rank the Cardfight Vanguard endings, the ending themes. Because I remember I did it earlier for the OPs. Well, no, actually, I did it in like Discord. But now we've had like 2 different openings. I think we had like 2, 3 openings and like 4 more endings. I think going back to it now would actually be like a nice thing to do and just like change it and like actually do it for real. So, if y'all wanna see me try and avoid getting copyright stricken, come through. It'll probably be somewhere around like 3 o'clock tomorrow, depending on.
Look, here's what you do. Here's the trick that I've learned.
Yep.
Have the VOD and the music on 2 different tracks.
That's good. Except the
Yep.
issue is I don't know how to do that. I will have to learn before then. So.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that and then I should have I had a rant about Shaman King. Did. But like after thinking about it, I'm like, no, I want to redo it, so I'm gonna redo it. In the meantime, now that I have the deck done, I will probably post my Filthy Rosa deck profile sometime this week.
Oh god, deck profile videos.
Yep, I gotta pump out content or something.
Yeah.
Listen, I definitely want to make freaking what's it called, affiliate. We gotta make affiliate by the end of the year. We struggling.
Look, yeah, we both of us are.
We need to get out the hood fund.
Yep.
So, yeah. So look forward to the Filthy Rosa profile. Watch as I use my 240p camera to record it.
Can I just say something real quick?
Yep.
Card game players kind of suck when it comes to content they want. It's like, how many deck profile videos do you people need for the exact same deck that's 90% gonna be similar to the last video you watched? How many of them do you need? Alright? Like, there's like gameplay attached to it, then sure. But no. You people just want, alright. So I run 4 of this staple, 3 of this staple, 3 of this staple. If you need to max out all these staples, good, you got it, great, goodbye. Like I'm on T.C.G players, you can do way better for actual content. Like, way better. Get some taste. My god.
And on that
Pretty
note, the
dank
remaining 5
profiles.
people who watched this podcast are now gone. Thank you. All right.
Look, I have to be real.
All right. So
Alright.
I am working on something that's actually like a bigger project. I alluded to it before. I am doing a V series retrospective because I gotta figure out what the hell happened. So I will plan to get part 1. I will actually work on it and plan to get part 1 done by the end of this year. Now you're probably wondering, why the end of this year? Shouldn't that be that easy? Well, for one, I'm a big procrastinator. I said that already. Like, shoot, the fact that we get it twice a month, we get these podcasts twice a month, or like every 2 weeks, is already more than what I can do. So be thankful for that, everybody. I'm also now making sure we never have the ring viewers again. But then 2, I actually downloaded a new software to for editing, and I want to try it out there. So it's gonna take me a minute
What
to
video
learn.
editor are you using?
It was like DaVinci or something.
I started using that the other day too, actually.
So I'm trying to learn that, see what to do, and then by that point, we should be done by Christmas Eve. So
Maybe.
I have plans. I just really want to, have them happen.
Alright.
So I think we're done here. So with that being said, thanks for y'all tuning in. Y'all have a good rest of your week or whenever you're listening to this. Just make sure everything's good. Remember.
Have a good whenever.
Yep. And remember, y'all matter.
Kinda.